What school curriculum fails to teach us? Part 3. No longer a Padawan. Alright, I commend you if you're still with me and you've got a good understanding of everything in the rest of the series. Nice work. After this video, you will no longer be a mere Padawan. You will be a Thought Jedi Apprentice. Becoming a master will take many years of practice if you choose to embark on that journey, which I recommend you do. Although, you won't need to spend much longer on my channel before you don't need me anymore. But again, I hope you stick around so we can cooperatively problem solve. We can figure out how to fix our broken civilization all that much faster unified. I can still help you to become a master faster also. The difference between being a mere Thought Jedi Apprentice and being a master is vast. It will take a tremendous amount of scientific literacy, but you don't necessarily need to be a master. An apprentice still creates valuable thoughts. Also, learning is a never-ending process, and I remind you again that we can't know everything. But if we combine our consciousness, we will surpass any individual master. Okay, so what we are going to cover in this part of the series is my custom evidence-based valuation, cause and effect analysis, critical thinking model. I will also teach you how to use it. This model is a Thought Jedi's lightsaber. Obviously, you can't chop wood or kill anybody with it directly, but what you can understand with it may help you to actually invent a lightsaber one day. Or figure out that making weapons is a big waste of intellect. Okay, so we're going to use the whiteboard for this explanation, and in the future I will show you how to use the model to understand the value of a concept or applied to problem solving. So first, we draw what I call the crosshair of understanding. This is where you'll insert your concept, hypothesis, or puzzle you're trying to solve. We'll give it a percent value in the end. Second, we identify our primary evidence and we draw the cause and effect nodes. I suggest finding at least 4, but that doesn't mean you don't draw more if they exist. Also, when you insert your evidence into these nodes, try to keep the evidence that is most relatable to the other evidence in the adjacent node. That way, when you draw cause and effect that supports each node, it'll be easier to outline which factors are relating. So third, we identify secondary evidence that supports the primary cause and effect nodes. Again, at least 4 each, if not more. Sometimes one piece of evidence will support more than one node also. Again, the reason to keep the nodes next to each other. So the fourth step would be to repeat the process for all of the secondary nodes. That will create the tertiary cause and effect nodes. Hopefully you've got a bigger whiteboard for drawing such a model, or you're doing it on a computer, like Paintworks or whatever, because you run out of space pretty quick when you're doing this. But at any rate, you get the idea there. Fifth, the valuation of the evidence. We'll be assigning percent values to all the cause and effect nodes. The more value we ascertain from the secondary nodes will decide this percentage, and the percentage for the secondary nodes will be ascertained by the value of the tertiary nodes. This is the tricky part, as there will always be errors in our perceptions in some regards. I found it necessary to have a method of compensation. I compensate by assigning a fluctuating probability of the overall mean average of the percentages once we have that figure at the end of our analysis. We admit that the value we assign could actually be 20% in either direction, as we likely don't know the answer to the puzzle we are trying to solve, and the best we can muster is a probability. Again, this model is to ascertain the value of our concepts and to identify what we need to research in order to find our answers, as well as if it's worth researching at all. Efficiency valuation. So just to point out where a few things are on this cause and effect model. So you've got your value of your concept, or your answer if you're lucky, then you've got your primary cause and effect nodes, then you've got your secondary cause and effect nodes, and then if you draw it out again, that's your tertiary cause and effect nodes. The more you repeat this process, then the more in-depth your knowledge is going to be, and therefore your understanding is going to have more value. So figuring out percent value for each of these is going to be created from the value of your tertiary cause and effect nodes. Then your percent value for your primary cause and effect node is going to be determined by the mean average of all of your secondary cause and effect nodes. And then you're going to get a mean average from all of your primary cause and effect nodes to get your percent value here. And if you can't say that you know something, then you have to give a fluctuating probability here. So you say that it's whatever, if you end up getting 60% as your answer here, then you have to say that it's 40% to 80% likely to be true, or percent value for the concept. So that's how you know the why. This type of problem-solving method can be applied to almost every aspect of our lives. It's necessary in order to understand what's going on in politics, the environment, science, and abstract thinking, even more so for theorizing. In regards to ultimate questions or understanding physical reality, this model is the best we have, or that I know of anyway.
It's working! It's working!
Okay, that's it for our series for now. I will add certain videos to this playlist in the future. If any of you want to see me do a cause and effect evidence-based evaluation of a certain concept, go ahead and suggest it in the comments below as a possible future video. Also, ask questions if you don't understand something. Practice these approaches until it becomes an automated thought process. Have you ever noticed driving a car without thinking about it? Aim for autopilot. With this type of cause and effect analysis, you will typically be steps ahead of everyone else around you at all times. Get good at it and you'll start reading people's minds and predicting future events. Thanks everybody so much for putting forth the effort, and congratulations on becoming a Thought Jedi Apprentice. Please don't forget to subscribe, thumb up, and even more importantly, share this with every person that irritates you with illogical opinions, because we need to help them any way we can. Why waste time trying to debate with them or teach them how to think when a video can do it for you? Thank you for joining the Thought Revolution. Like always, solace in science.